Terry, you were one of the authors, and we've talked about this morning, of the article that appeared published by the New American Foundation, Behaviorally Informed Financial Service Regulation, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Among other things in that article, I just want to quote from this, and this will be quickly as I can say. It says, we explore a different approach based on insights from behavioral economics on the one hand and an understanding of individual organization on the other. At the core of our analysis is the interaction between individual psychology and market competition. This is in contrast to the classic model, which relies on the interaction between rational choice and market competition. In the classic model, absent market failures, because rational agents choose well, firms compete to provide products and improve welfare. Because rational agents process information well, firms compete to provide information that improves decision quality. By contrast, in our model, and some of this is in this proposal, as I understand it, individuals depart from neoclassical assumptions in important ways. The introduction of richer psychology complicates the impact of competition. Now firms compete based on how actual individuals will respond to products in the marketplace, and actual competitive outcomes may not always, and in all contexts, closely align with the improved decisional choice and increased consumer welfare. This is a real departure from, as you said in your paper, from the model that we've relied on for a long time. I'm not saying that model is pure and perfect, because it's not. But this is a heck of a departure, is it not?
Senator Shelby, in that article, we're highlighting different models of thinking about human decision making, sure. And in most circumstances, competitive outcomes are going to lead to welfare enhancement. Mm-hmm. But in some circumstances where individuals are consistently prone to failure, it won't. And then the question is, should the government do something about that? Many times the answer is no. It's sort of a trivial difference in outcomes. It would cost more to get engaged than it would to not get engaged, and so you want the government to do nothing. In some contexts, though, the failures are so deep that you think some kind of step needs to happen, whether that's through disclosure or through providing information about the consequences of financial decision-making, or in some particular circumstances saying a particular term should be banned, as this committee did with respect to double-cycle billing.
I understand, I think, where you're going or trying to go. I hope you don't go too far here, or we don't. But on the other hand, an informed consumer that has relevant information will generally make a rational decision in the marketplace.
I think that's absolutely right. So I think that in most circumstances, most of the time, disclosure is going to get you most of the way there. And then the question is, in what context is that not enough? And again, as the committee did with respect to credit cards, some practices you can't disclose your way around. They're too complicated. Consumers can't. A responsible consumer trying to do the right thing couldn't actually figure out how to behave responsibly in that context.
Wait a minute, but you're really saying that you don't trust the consumer to make decisions for themselves, in a sense.
No, I think I trust consumers tremendously. What I don't trust is that if we set up the marketplace so that the incentives are to confuse consumers, that's the kind of competition we'll get. We'll get competition around confusing consumers. If we set up the marketplace so the rules are you compete to get consumers to your product because you have a better product, that's the marketplace we'll get.
But you, according to Senator Corker's question, as I understood it earlier, you're going to ration the products that you can offer.
No, sir. There'd be no product rationing under this. No product rationing under this approach at all. Consumer choice, individual freedom are at the heart of this. The key provisions of this act would enhance the ability of consumers to make decisions that make sense for their own lives.
Well, I hope we're going to have a lot of hearings on this, Mr. Chairman.